Om Shri Sai Ram. On the 23rd of November 1978, on the 53rd birthday celebration of Bhagawan Shri Sathya Sai Baba, Swami said, "I have no desire to have my birthday celebrated. Such trivial thoughts can never enter me. My only desire is to share my Ananda with you, to encourage you to lead lives filled with Ananda. My birthday is when you get Ananda." In fact, when we start to dive deeper into our beloved Swami's stories, we see that he has been celebrating every single day as his birthday, because he has been bestowing millions of people with Ananda. Here is an example.
23rd of November in 1965, she gave birth to this beautiful baby. No, just kidding. She gave birth to me.
The very most important thing is how Swami was introduced to me. Everyone goes to Swami, but I think Swami came to me.
And I noticed that as I was going around, every time I said Sai Ram, whatever situation I was in was actually being either allayed, a fear was allayed, or a situation was made right for me.
When I was scrolling my phone, I randomly saw Swami's picture, and I don't know, either I got the urge to go to Mandir and cry. So I remember my house is in Vellavate, and our head Mandir in near the Petta. It was a very huge journey. We should take 2 buses. So I was a bit hesitant to ask my mother to go to Mandir because it was a corona period and I'm studying. So I asked my Amma, I think I should go to Mandir. And she was like, okay, we'll go. And I went to Mandir and I started crying.
In Swami's beautiful stories, the Lord blesses his devotees in different ways, through different leelas. This offers us an amazing variety which delights our minds and touches our hearts. Now, we welcome you to explore 4 chapters of this endless Sai saga. A chapter called Ganesh Nadarajah, a chapter called Habidah Shah, a chapter called Krishnan Nair, and a chapter called Shahana Sivasubramaniam.
So before kindergarten, I remember my dad and mom explained this, that after my sister came into their life, for about 3-4 years they didn't have any child, you know, and someone said that, you know, you praying to Shirdi, why don't you also pray to Swami? And someone gave them a picture of Swami. So my mother started praying. And they were living by a beach, and one day she found that these bees were forming a small little hive on Shirdi's lake, and that's the day she realized that she was having a child. And so they prayed even more to Shirdi and to Swami. At this point of time, they were praying to both. I mean, praying to Shirdi and Swami. And then on 23rd of November in 1965, she gave birth to this beautiful baby. No, just kidding. She gave birth to me on Swami's birthday. It so happens that, you know, they both prayed very hard to Swami, and they conceived with some kind of blessing from Swami, and I was born on his birthday. So since then, I'm always told that because of this, at that time I knew him as a person in India. Because of him, you were born. So he became my best friend. I grew up just loving him, you know. So my school box, pencil box, my bicycle, everything had stickers of Swami. And everywhere I went, my bookmark, even to the point my mother one day scolded me because my football had a picture of Swami in it, and she said, "You cannot use it." But I said, "This is Swami's football," you know. That was the amount of relationship that I have with Swami.
The very first time I actually knew Swami was in a dream. I don't know Swami, because of my culture, my race, my religion. I had a dream of a man, an Afro man, in a yellow t-shirt, long t-shirt, till his legs. And so 2 consequent days I've had this dream. So he would walk and then he's like taking my hands and then he's showing me the flowers in the garden.
How old were you this time?
I was 13. And so that dream. So I woke up. I'm very quiet. I keep a lot of things to myself and I never told anyone. And that same dream happened, but it was in another garden, like outdoor, another garden. And this time Swami is showing me his hands towards the sky. So first he showed me flowers and then now he's showing me sky. So two times I had this dream. So I kept thinking to my heart, what is this dream about and all that. And I used to Google, like whatever dreams I have, there's this thing called dream.com, dream dictionary, according to alphabetical order. But now what will I search? Man with the afro, thick hair, yellow t-shirt. What will I search? Nothing came, right? So if you dream about snake, you can go snake. You go to S, dictionary, open S, you will come. Snake coming towards you, snake hissing, snake going away, all this they have. But they had no description about a man coming to you in yellow t-shirt or afro, nothing.
Back in 1979, I just returned from the UK after completing my education and started work in Malaysia. And the human resources manager there was a Sai devotee. So we met and he didn't say anything about it. We had the interview and then he suggested one day he came to me and he said, what are you doing this weekend? I said, nothing special. He said, why don't you come? We're having a retreat, And I didn't know what this retreat was. Anyway, I went with him. He took me out to some faraway place. It was in Virgin Jungle actually. And we went there and I saw a lot of these people there and there's a huge photo of Sai Baba. And I looked at it and I said, okay, just going back a little bit, when I was a baby, I had a huge mob of hair and I still got that photograph. And my mother used to say, your hair looks like Sai Baba. I didn't know who Sai Baba was at that time even, So anyway, this was in 1954 when I was born. And so I didn't take that too seriously and I didn't know who Sai Baba was, never heard of him after that until this incident in 79 where I was taken to this place. And I looked at...
Which forest you said it is?
It is in Malaysia. It is way up north from Kuala Lumpur. This guy took me up there. And it was a very uplifting weekend when I saw the people there, very, very loving, a lot of love there, a lot of spirit. And I thought there must be something about these people, So I said, okay, let's go. And then he used to tell me, look, if you like it, why don't you come with me for bhajans? I go for bhajans every Thursday, So I went there and they were singing songs and all this sort of thing and I had no idea what these songs were. So I said, okay, anyway, it was nice. The music was very good and I carried on.
My parents didn't have babies for 10 years and after those long years, they went to India. They met Swami and my father handed over a letter to Swami that he should have a baby. I guess around now in 1999, September or October, maybe. And after that, my both parents continue to attend to bhajans on morning and evening and they are meeting Swami in darshans. But one day my mother was so desperate that, nothing gonna work out. So she decided to go back to Sri Lanka. So on that particular day, one of Swami's student contacted my mother and he told my mother, Swami told you to tell not to go to India, stay in Sri Lanka. You came for one baby, but Swami have granted to give you 2 babies. So don't go to Sri Lanka back, stay here. So after that, she came back to Chennai and she got conceived. And after that, she again went to Patti and Swami personally told her that these babies should born in November 15th, 2000 and in particular time like 5:12 p.m. with Tiruvadri Nakshatra only these babies should born and the father should be in Gindi Shirdi Sai Baba which is in Chennai. I'll be there when babies are born in not in invisible way. So my mother told to doctor, see, November 15th, this time only baby we should give birth. But doctors told, no, we're having a medical conference in Russia, so we can have babies on November 12th or November 13th. So after that, the message passed to Swami, and Swami told my mother, I have postponed the conference in Russia, just ask them again, they will do the operation. And my mother didn't believe that, but she was like, okay Swami, and she told to doctors, and doctors told, yeah, it has been postponed, we can have baby, no worries. So after that, we born in India, me and my twin sister.
Oh, that is the two babies.
Yeah, two babies.
Govinda
Sister Habidah Shah is a financial advocate based in Singapore. She comes from a traditional Orthodox Muslim family. Her journey to Swami teaches us that with a mind open to good thoughts and a heart open to love and service, God will come for us all.
About 6 months passed and I'm very active in service. Like, I love service. Mother Teresa is like my role model, right? So I always aspire to be like her. I'm like, how is she feeding so many people? How is she doing so much work? So I used to read a lot about her, and people who really know me call me Mother Teresa's granddaughter. They say in Tamil, "Amma, adu periya Mother Teresa oda pethin nenappu," they will say that. So like that went 6 months. So in school, I was in St. John Ambulance Brigade. I went into that activity because I can serve, right? So I used to organize a lot of service projects, 13, 14, that high school age. One day, one of the junior in school, she said, "Hey, we have a service program where we bring all the mentally challenged old folks to a place. We are running short of hands. Would you like to come and help?" I said, "Of course, I'll come." I was excited. I didn't even think about it. I said, "I come, what time, everything." And then she took me. It happened in a temple hall, a wedding hall. Temple is separate, wedding hall is separate. So a bus of people came from...
Which year?
This was in 2000. 2000. And then, so I went for the seva. I mean, at that time, I don't know it is seva. For me, it's service. For me, it's project. So I went all excited, waiting. The bus came with full of people. Then they assigned, you know, individually, you help this resident, you do this, you play, you spend time with them, you talk to them, you give them a meal, you clean them up, you send them back to the home. So it was about 2 to 3 hours. So I really loved it, and everyone there started off before serving food. They said they're going to chant. So they said 3 ohms. At that time, I don't even know that. So, and then I just did that. And for me, service is important. No, it doesn't matter where I do service. Doesn't matter I do it in the temple, the mosque, the church, anywhere. This happened. So I went back home very happy. Next week, I called her this time. I said, "Look, I'm coming. Is that happening?" She said, yeah, it happens. So this time I went much earlier, set it up, the tables and everything and all that. So after this seva finished, she said, "Do you want to come upstairs, 2nd floor, to the hall? We are having bhajans." So I'm thinking, what bhajans? And you know, in the movies I've heard, you know, bhajans, they play some music and all that. So I said, okay, I'll come. Because after that, they give us food. So I said, oh, I like this Indian food, I'll come. So I went up and the door opened. No? It's an aircon condition, like a wedding hall. So she went in front, my friend went in, I opened the door and I entered. I saw Swami, right? A picture in the altar, right? And then I got a shock. But I don't show, I'm emotionless, I can't express myself, right? So inside, one tsunami is happening. Who this man, how did he come, why he come, 6 months, what is he doing here? So I again, Mr. Google said, who is this, and all that. Everything, you know, Google's the junk is there, no? Everything is there. But for me, I choose to only believe in good things. If it's nice for me, if it brings happiness for me, if I'm not hurting anyone, I'm not giving anyone distress, not taking anybody's money, then it's good for me. You know, they say movie reviews, right? Before they watch movie, people will read all these reviews, YouTube reviews, Google reviews, movie reviews. I'm this person who don't like to listen to any movie reviews, and I will watch it myself and then give an opinion about it. In fact, I don't even have an opinion. I like, okay, I like it, oh, I don't like it, only these 2 options. So same thing also with Swami, it was like that.
Open mind.
Open mind, right? Because it gave me immense happiness serving the people. The 2 weeks I had this happiness, it was really good. I knew something was different that was happening inside me. So I said, see, listen, I want to come for this thing. I don't even know what thing is what. I said, I'm coming for this Friday, and then after this I want to come up for this Thursday's bhajans. And then she goes, we have balbikas. I said, what is so we went back to school. So all this conversation, every recess time, every break time in school, because she's in different class, I'm in different class.
You're a school child.
Yeah. Every school break, I'll go and find for her and sit with her. I'm like, where is this girl? Where is this girl? So I'll go and find, and I'll keep asking her, poking her. She'll be talking about class, subjects, maths, English, I'll be like, will I? I feel obligated because I feel like I'm using her, like, because I go to her only to find out information about this. It's serving my purpose, but what is that for her?
What is that friend's name?
Darshini. So, and her whole family is Sai devotee. In fact, her uncle is actually managing our center, Uncle Sundar. Yeah. So, and then I said, look, I want to, then she said, Baba, Sunday you come, we will learn, we will have satsangs, we will do leadership activities. And I said, I got excited. I said, I want to come. Then she said, oh, I'll give you a registration form. So next day she comes, form comes. Fill up everything. I said, sign everything. Then she takes it to her uncle. And then she comes back the next day. She said, are you sure you want to join? Then I said, why? No, my uncle said, would there be any issues after that? Any trouble? I said, what trouble? I have the right, like I have no obligation. I do a lot of things on my own. I'm the only child. I grew up with my grandparents most of the time. So, I can, if I want to go swimming class, I can go. I'll say I'm going swimming class. If I want to go martial arts, I'll go. If I said I want to go for karate, I'll go. So I had no restrictions, So I said, no, I'm coming. Well, it's known, I'm a Muslim. I was born into a Muslim, very pious Muslim family. We're Tamil Muslims from this town in India called Kadenallur. My grandparents are quite active in the Kadenallur society in Singapore. We're quite known. So, and then she says, are you okay? My uncles are very, we don't want trouble, we don't want problem. If we need to speak to your parents, your family, we have to. Then I think, ayyo, the periya prachana, this is whole big problem. Why you need so many gates to have access? It's me. So I said, I will come. So I went. So one day she says, oh, wear white and white. Then I go, white and white, okay. I said one white t-shirt and one bottom, and I went. And that day, they were doing an outdoor activity. They were going to the beach and they were going to have a little meditation session and they were going to do group activities. I didn't know any of this. I just went. So, and then the guru, at that time, my first ever guru was Auntie Ranganayaki. I'm sure you know her from Singapore. And then she said, Sairam Habidah, that's the first time I'm hearing that word, Sairam. And then I said, and then she said, sit here. And then she told some girls, she said, this is our new student, please, help her be comfortable. And long story short, that started. 2001, my whole center, about 300 people were going to Parthi. That was called Journey to God. The whole center is going, preps happening, management deciding what flight to take, how many, and I was thinking, I want to go, right? Of course I want to go. And then they said, oh, there's Grama Sevas and all that. I said, I really want to go. So inside my heart I was thinking, how will I go? What will I tell at home and all these things? And then I told the guru, I said, can I come? Then she go like, we are going to Parthi to see Swami. How will you come? I said, like everyone's coming, we'll take the flight and we'll come. And then she like, why don't you understand? Like everything you're like so easy, For me it's like that. Nothing is impossible. Everything is possible, right? So I said, no, I'm coming.
Krishnan Nair is the CEO and General Manager at various engineering and technology companies. He has also held various positions at the SSSIO. His page in Swami's history shows us how Swami reaches us through his bhaktas or devotees.
When I first went for this camp or the retreat, and I came back and I was very quiet about the whole thing, and eventually when I started going for bhajans, and this bhajan, Manasa Bhajare Guru Charanam, really attracted me, and I used to keep singing this, so much so my sister used to start singing as well, and I thought there must be something in this, I mean, for them to all get attracted to this. So we continued, and then this same gentleman, the HR manager who took me to this place and all that, took me for bhajans and all, before going to Australia this is, he came to me and he said, are you free this weekend? I said, yeah. Why? He said, can you come with me? There's a gentleman coming from India and he's on his way to Australia, and can you meet him? And I said, yeah, I have no problems. I can meet. I was a bachelor that time, anything goes, no problem. So I said, okay. And I met, and it was actually Howard Murford. Yeah. And he was my inspiration actually, really. And so the day before I was going to go to the airport, that time is the old airport in Malaysia, in Subang, I had a vision of a man that I was going to see the next day who had a bald head, Anglo-Saxon Australian, a bald head. And I didn't pay much attention. I've never seen Howard before. I didn't know who he was, So the next day when I went to the airport, and I met Howard and his wife Iris, and got talking. And then what he did was, he always wears a beret, Howard. He took his beret off, and that was the bald-headed man I saw in that dream, So it was like somebody telling me, I'll be sending somebody, you meet that man first, So I met him, and after that, we put him up in, because he was writing his third book called The Invitation to Glory, and he wanted a nice, cool place to do that, so we put him up in a place called Genting Highlands, in Malaysia. Nice, cool, like our Ooty Hills, So he put him up there. And so every evening, after work, there were three of us from the same company. We used to go up the hills, enjoy dinner with them, sit at Howard's feet, and he used to tell us stories about Swami, what he did and all that. That really got me inspired on what he was telling me. Here is a man, and I asked Howard, what made you go to India to find this? He said, that's a very long story, but if you read my book, The Man of Miracles, you will see what I've. So he gave me the book and I read the book. Eventually, in 1981, I was going to migrate to Australia, and my mother said, I've made a vow for you, and that is, we have to go to Sabrimala to fulfill a vow before you go. So you must take me to Sabrimala. So I said, okay. I took her to Sabrimala, and I thought, I'm going to India. Why don't I go to Puttaparthi? So that was the first thing. I went to Bangalore and then took a bus and went to Puttaparthi. My mother said, I can't travel and all that. So I left her with some friends in Puttaparthi, went to Bangalore, and I saw Swami for the first time in person. Came back. And I went to Malaysia. Nothing. I didn't feel anything, or Swami didn't call me or anything. I had his darshan. That was it. Went. So after that, like I say, in my case, it was not dreams or callings or anything. It's a calling, but it is not something that was physical. And I carried on. And then we went on for a while, and I noticed that as I was going along, every time I said Sai Ram, whatever situation I was in was actually being either allayed, a fear was allayed, or a situation was made right for me. If I was rushing for a meeting somewhere, somehow the meeting got delayed and they were waiting, and I was in time for the meeting, that sort of thing. And then one day I was going for a meeting in a place which was really totally unknown to me. And I met this gentleman, and normally he was in a rush as well. And I said, look, I can't find this. This is the days before GPS and smartphones and all that, And he said, look, let me find out where this is. He rang a few of his friends around, and he came back to me and he says, I think I know where it is. I'd love to take you with me, but I tell you what I'll do. He took one of his business cards and he drew a map for me. This is how you go, this is turn and all that. He was so extremely kind, and he tells me, if you get lost, come back here. That is my office up there, but I'm meeting there. But you come back here and I'll take you, after my meeting. And I thought, this is wonderful, I mean, I've never experienced this kind of love from anyone before that. And I thought, and he's a total stranger, not someone I've known before. So anyway, I continued, and then I moved to Australia. And there, Swami's got a unique way of saying that you don't run away from the organization, You are here, I'll make you continue. I went there, and there was a Sai center. I bumped into a chap and he said, do you know anything about Sai Baba? I asked him. And he said, yes, I got a friend of mine. He said, come over to my place for dinner tomorrow and I'll introduce you. I met him and he told me where the Sai Center was. I went there. And to cut a long story short, after about 4 years or so, I became the president of the center. They made me president and I was wondering, Swami, what on earth am I supposed to do here?
Ganesh Nadarajah is a successful investment banker who made his most valuable investment in Swami. His first darshan of Swami itself showed him that Swami is always there for us at every place, at every time, if only we make him a part of our lives.
At the age of about 8 or 9, on Swami's birthday, on my birthday, and we used to have bhajans in our house since the 60s, family bhajans, Swami started to, I think the age of 10 or 11, Swami started to materialize Vibhuti in our house, We had like about 30 pictures, all 30 pictures were covered by Vibhuti. I think I was 10 or 11, on his birthday, I woke up with lots of Vibhuti on my forehead. Since then, till the age of about 18 or 19, every year on my birthday, I would wake up with Vibhuti on my forehead. Or the days before my examination, or there was something that I remember when I think I was 14, I had to do a drama, a Ganapati. My role was to act out Ganapati's role, and I was furious with Ganapati for I was with Swami for putting me in the spot where I had to act, because I don't like to be on stage, So I kind of like, and imagine my relationship with Swami was this man that gave me, or this God, or this Guru, at that point of time that gave me everything that I wanted, or gave me love, support and everything, And I told him, why put me in this spot, And I slept in the afternoon for a short while and I woke up. I had lots of Vibhuti, and my sister made a picture of Ganapati that I'm supposed to put on my forehead, and that was covered by Vibhuti too, And then I had the strength that Swami blessed it, and I went and acted that role. So that is how my relationship is. Yeah, I only saw Swami, though he came in my life in the 60s, when I was 2-3 years old, when I got to know him, 4 or 5 years old. But I saw him only in 1995. So in 1995, when I went to see Swami for the first time, that was for the World Conference. I was a part of the secretariat team by Brother Jega, Brother Billy Fong, Brother Suresh. And that was the first time I'm seeing Swami. There was a fear, ego fear with it, So when we arrived, Brother Billy Fong and Brother Jega said, we can see Swami immediately, At this point of time, Swami has come in my dream many times, has blessed me, saved my life twice by then. And so my relationship with him is at the astral level, I had a very intense, close relationship where I know he's happy with me, and I also know where he has his rotang in Malaysia, they call it a stick, when I was a kid, I know that he's not happy with my character. He makes it known very clearly when he's happy and not happy. But this is the first time I'm seeing him face to face. So the ego takes over, fear, suddenly loss of courage because Swami is coming, and for the first time I'm just crying, But
why fear?
Fear because the ego says that what if he doesn't recognize me? Because all this while I built my life around Swami, my work, my education. He saved my life when I was in the US, I'll tell you a story another day, physically saved me, And here physically, if he doesn't acknowledge me, the whole thing could have been a dream, a very nice personal dream. So I said, I need to, so I told Swami, you need to somehow manifest that you don't have to do anything, but just let me know that that was real, and to me that was very important. And so I said that he either has to see eye to eye to me, that's good enough, just see eye to eye, or accept my letter. You want to be very, you have to be triple sure, or he touches me, or he gives me Pada Namaskaram, or he talks to me. He talks to me. So I had 5. Any one would be enough to know that that was the 30 years of my life was with him. I just need to have that because of the ego wanted that assurance. It's a very personal assurance. So he came. He didn't see me, obviously. Didn't stop. He walked. He passed us. We were sitting in the front. I was sitting with Brother Billy beside me. And he turned back and he looked at me in the eyes, straight on. And it was very dark that day. It was an evening darshan, And to me, that was enough. I was very happy. And then he looked at me and he then looked stern and then he smiled and he says, when did you come? All I did was just started to cry. I mean, my mouth opened, but words didn't come out, I just started to cry. And then he said, he put out his hand and he says, and someone says, your letter, So I gave my letter. So 3 things covered. So when he took my letter, when I gave, he somehow touched my finger, pressed it, and he pulled my finger. So that's the 4th one. He pulled my finger. He looked at me, he pulled my finger. But I was crying with a bit of noise, I think. I was crying, not like blessed crying. I was literally crying away, because 30 years and I meet him, it was just so much of thing that happened. He pulled. And then he put the hand like that and he pointed at his finger, his feet. And I just fell on his feet. And somebody pulled my hair because they were yanking me away. But he was there for the longest time, and I kissed and I looked at him, and he gave me the baby smile that I've ever seen in my life. So he covered all 5, and
you asked for any one.
I asked for one.
He gave all of the above.
The Father gave all. I only asked for one. The Father gave all, and that shows his magnitude of just love pouring.
This world could do with much more love. Let us all unite and live as one. Our love will reach the skies above. We'll be like angels in the sun. That will never cease. Baba brings his peace to the world. Peace, peace, that will never cease. Baba brings his peace to the world. Whether Christian or Hindu, whether Muslim or a Jew, Baba brings his peace to the world. Whether Christian or Hindu, whether Muslim or a Jew, Baba brings his peace to the world. Peace, peace, that will never cease. Baba brings his peace to the world. Peace, peace, that will never cease. Baba brings his peace to the world. Children, we must always embrace, regardless to the color, creed or race. Religion must be no barrier. We must show them love, yes, show them grace. Peace, peace, that will never cease. Baba brings his peace to the world. That will never cease. Baba brings his peace to the world. It's no fable, it's no lie. He also loves each Baha'i. Baba brings his peace to the world. Sing it to the earth or sky, and on every mountain high. Baba brings his peace to the world. Peace, peace, that will never cease. Baba brings his peace to the world.
Shahana Sivasubramaniam is born into an era where she is forced to build a personal relationship with an omnipresent God. Yearning, patience and determination always yield divine grace, as her life experiences show.
So I remember with Swami's divine grace, I was blessed to play Mother Ishwaramba role for around 4 to 5 years continuously. We had a dance drama like ballet. So around 2014, my father gonna passed away. So 2013 May 6th, it was my final performance. I don't know that day it's gonna be my final performance as a Balavika student. So I have performed as Mother Ishwaramba. I was wearing blue color sari, and everyone, I remember everyone, my guru was hugging me and she was praising me, Sahana, you had done a great job, and everyone are praising me. And on that particular night, Swami came in my dream for the very first time. I remember I was wearing blue color check sari, and I'm taking Pada Namaskaram from Swami. So that was my first dream with Swami. And after that, I didn't get a chance to go to Balavika since my father was not well and we were rushing between hospitals and home. And 2014 my father passed away, and I completely stopped going to Balavikas because me, my sister and my mother only, so no one is there to pick up and drop us. So I remember those 8 years I was worshipping Swami, but I don't have that idea that I should go to our mandir or samiti again. And to be honest, it was a very teenage period also, so I'm not in a correct track. I don't go to bhajans, I don't remember Swami. I only remember Swami before my exams. That's it. I don't value that, okay, speaking ill of others or speaking lies or getting angry is it's a huge sin. Swami don't like those things. Actually, I'm not aware of those things. I don't know whether I'm aware, I'm not practicing that. So after 8 years, I have decided to do my A-levels second try. It was a very, very darkest period in my life. It was in Sri Lanka, A-level is the biggest competitive exam everyone gonna face. So second try was a bit extremely hard because it was a Corona period. So I was not able to go out, and me and my mother, sister are only in my home. So no more interacting with people. So it was a bit more depressive and anxiety period. Suddenly, when I was scrolling my phone, I randomly saw Swami's picture, and I don't know, I got that urge to go to mandir and cry. So I remember my house is in Vellavate, and our head mandir in near the Petta. It was a very huge journey. We should take 2 buses. So I was a bit hesitant to ask my mother to go to mandir because it was a Corona period and I'm studying. So I asked my Amma, I think I should go to mandir, and she was like, okay, we'll go. And I went to mandir and I started crying. And some other people told after a long time, they told, Sahana, while you was crying, so the flower was falling from Swami's picture, but I didn't see that because I was crying. And after that, I don't know what, I started to think about Swami day and night. I was studying, but I'll be thinking, Swami, I should meet you in dream again. I was yearning for Swami. Even nowadays, I also think I'm worshipping Swami, but that much of yearning period, I'm not experiencing that. But I was crying. I remember I used to, when I'm showering or when I'm in washroom, I used to cry for Swami. Swami, I want to see you. I don't want these results. I don't want this life. I only need you. I want to see you in my dream. That's the only purpose. And I remember in Sai Satcharitra, Shirdi Sai Baba used to give coins as a blessings to devotees. Swami used to give. So I was asking Swami, to be honest, I'm not that much, very, very devoted, very, very spiritual. I'm a little bit naughty only. Even in mandir, I'm very, very naughty. In childhood days, the gurus used to Sahana, sit properly, Sahana, wear shawl properly, Sahana, don't fight with the boys, Sahana. So I used to tell Swami, I'm very naughty, but I love you so much. The love I'm having for you is, I think it's so pure and deep. I want that coin as a prasadam from Swami. So I remember in Shirdi also, so many people used to share their experience, like they got money from random stranger while they are going to Shirdi. So I remember when I go into classes, I used to watch so many strangers, whether they are coming, they are approaching me. Even when I'm describing this to my friends, they were like, Shahana, you are watching strangers for money, Shahana. I was like, yeah, because I truly believe that someone will give me money in behalf of Swami. So after that, one day, one particular day, I was a bit extremely stressed out and I slept, and that day Swami came in my dream after 8 years. So he came in 2013, again he came in my dream around 2021. So before that 8 years, I was not connected to Swami. I was worshipping but not that much connected. So Swami came in my dream. There was a room and I saw a picture of Lord Ganesha, and suddenly it turned into Shirdi Sai Baba's photo. So I was seeing that surprisingly what's happening, and then suddenly I saw Swami, and Swami was wearing white color, same cloth which I see Shirdi Sai Baba Saidar. He called me like this, and I was sitting in the floor. I said no. He said no. And Swami again called. I said no. Why? Because I'm not scared of Swami, because Swami is so pure, but I'm not following any of his teachings. I only have love towards him. That's it. So I was like, I'm so impure, I should not go near him. And Swami came towards me. Swami came towards me and put the orange color shawl around my neck. And he went. Suddenly the dream got disappeared. And after that also, I was not, when we have the dream, we have that thirst and yearning for Swami. I should see you again. Even I'm now in international conference. I'm engaging in washing vessels and as much as I can. Only behalf of I'm praying to Swami. Swami, I should see you in my dream. Nothing else. Nothing else. Other thing, good and bad, Swami used to say, like dear, happiness and sadness, but only permanent thing is thinking about God. So even my primary motive, even in now I had to see you in Swami, because it has been 1 year I see him in dream. So after that I was yearning for Swami, and I remember I told to my twin sister, and I told Sarah, I saw Swami in dream. He was wearing white color cloth, but he was very thin. But I love Swami. He, very bushy hair and very fat, like a teddy bear, healthy Swami. Yeah. I slept. On that particular day, Swami again came in my dream. I was wearing white color shalwar, and the roads were white, the walls were white. It's like a Greece place. There is some holiday resort in Greece. It was like full of white. So I was running towards that road. I saw some people. People are also wearing some white color clothes, and I came into a room, and I sat in the floor, and Swami came. He was again wearing the white color cloth. He was healthy, he was bushy hair, he heard. So he came and he sat. There are some lotus under his feet, his divine feet, and his feet is placed on those flowers, on those lotus. So I was seeing that, and I was thinking in my dream, Swami, if I have that one of those lotus, I'll be so blessed, I'll be so grateful. And after that thought, Swami called me. This time I went. And Swami gave me rupees, notes, not even coins, the notes. He gave me in my hand, and I was like, I feel like I actually won some bumper lottery, because other people, strangers are only coming and giving money, but Swami gave me money directly, and I was so happy. And Swami asked me in Tamil, in grade 8 Sunday school pohela. It means why didn't you go to Sunday school after grade 8? 2013 I was in grade 8. So he asked me that.
Which school?
Sunday school, actually Balavikas, but in our home we used to tell Balavikas as Sunday school.
Sunday school? Sunday school.
Yeah, in home we used to say Balavikas as Sunday school. So Swami also one of our family members, so Swami used the familiar term to me. And I was like, I didn't expect that question. So I was like still. And Swami told, go to Sunday school until you go to university second year. I'm in my second year, and second year we're gonna be so much rush. I don't know the meaning of that. Still, I don't know the meaning of that. I have to figure it out. And next day, I called to one of my young adult, and I told, see, my name is Shahana. I was a Balavika student. Now I'm 21, and I'm again have to join in Mandir because Swami gave me my dream and gave me invitation. It's not the invitation, it's his order.
And then after that, Swami came. Then I'm looking at everybody. I don't know, the music starts, you're supposed to look this side, right? On your right, he's coming from his home. And then everybody's turning their seat, they're moving here. So I also turned and I looked, and Swami came, he went in, he walked. That was the first ever time. I had no emotions, but one thing happened. Tears flowed. It kept flowing, I don't even know where they are coming from. Like, you have no emotion. I'm not sad, I'm not happy, I'm not angry, nothing, but it just kept coming. Later, when I read Swami's book, he had mentioned why this happens is because your Jivatma is actually meeting the Paramatma.
Jivatma meeting Paramatma is the ultimate gift of life we can all yearn for. Having enjoyed the bhakti of these bhaktas, we are now about to witness the words of wisdom of Bhagawan himself. In his powerful words and his golden voice, let us learn how to win his grace.
Prema Swarupulara,
embodiments of love.
హృదయంలో ప్రేమతో నింపుకున్నప్పుడు ఆ హృదయం నుంచి ప్రేమ పలుకులే వస్తుంటాయి.
When once we fill our heart with love, whatever we speak have got to be loving.
ఆ హృదయం నుంచి ప్రేమ చూపులే వస్తుంటాయి.
We'll develop loving looks.
ఆ ప్రేమ నుంచి ప్రేమ శ్రవణమే వస్తుంటాది.
We listen in a loving way.
ఆ ప్రేమ నుంచి ప్రేమ థాట్సే వస్తుంటాయి.
Out of the heart full of love, we
ఆ
entertain
ప్రేమ
thoughts
నుంచి
of love.
ప్రేమ కర్మలే ఆచరిస్తుంటావు.
Ultimately they will land up in loving deeds.
హృదయాన్ని ప్రేమతో నింపుకునేటువంటి విధానము నీకు తెలియకపోవడం చేతనే అనేక గుణముల చేత దాన్ని నింపుకొని మానవత్వాన్ని మంటగలుపుతున్నారు.
You do not know the procedure to fill your heart with love, and therefore you have been ruining yourself.
పొందాలనుకుంటే దీనికి ఒక చిన్న ఉదాహరణ.
In order to receive God's grace, a small
నీవు
example.
శారీరకంగా కష్టపడ్డావు, ధనమును ఆర్జించావు.
You have exerted, strained and earned money.
ఈ ధనాన్ని ఒక బ్యాంకులో డిపాజిట్ చేశావు.
You have deposited this money you have earned.
ఆ ధనము నీదే.
That money is yours.
దాని భద్రత కోసము ఒక బ్యాంకు లోపల డిపాజిట్ చేశావు.
You deposited for safety.
ఆ బ్యాంక్ మేనేజరు దీనికి కొన్ని నిబంధనలు పెట్టాడు.
The bank manager has certain regulations.
నీవు నేను కట్టినది కదా డబ్బు అని, ఈ డబ్బు నాది కదా అని, సార్ నా డబ్బు నాకు ఇవ్వండి అని అడగడానికి అధికారం లేదు.
Because the money deposited is yours, you cannot claim any time.
ఆ మేనేజర్ ఏమంటాడు, అయ్యా నీవు చెక్కు తీసుకుని రా, ఆ చెక్కు పైన సైన్ పెట్టుకుని రా, నీ డబ్బు నీకు ఇచ్చేస్తానంటాడు.
The manager wants you to bring a check, sign it and draw the money.
నీ చెక్కే త్యాగము.
The check is sacrifice.
నీ ప్రేమనే సిగ్నేచరు.
The love is signature.
దీనిని నీవు ఆ మేనేజర్కి ఇస్తే నీ డబ్బు నీకు వాపసు ఇస్తాడు.
When once you submit the check affixing your signature, you draw the money.
కనుక నీ పుణ్యధనం అనేటువంటి యొక్క ధనమునే ఈ యొక్క భగవంతుడు అనేటువంటి చైర్మన్ దగ్గర డిపాజిట్ చేశావు.
The manager God has with him the money that you have deposited, the money of love.
కనుక నీకు త్యాగం అనేటువంటి చెక్కు తీసుకో.
Get the check of sacrifice.
ఆ త్యాగం అనే దానిపైన ప్రేమ అనే సిగ్నేచర్ చేయి.
Affix the signature of love.
అది నీవు భగవంతుడు అనే చైర్మన్ కి ఇచ్చేసి
Then surrender it to the chairman of the bank
నీ
God.
డబ్బు నీకు ఇచ్చిస్తాడు.
Then you will get your own money.
ఇది డబ్బును పొందడానికి తగినటువంటి మార్గము.
This is the way to withdraw money.
గ్రేస్ను పొందడానికి తగినటువంటి మార్గము.
This is the way to be comfortable.
ఇది పవిత్రతను పొందడానికి మార్గము.
This is the path towards sanctity.
ఇది నిర్వాణం చెందడానికి మార్గము.
This is the path to liberation.
నీవు సంపాదించినటువంటి యొక్క ప్రేమతత్వంని నీవు ప్రేమ ద్వారా త్యాగంతో దీనిని పొందడానికి ప్రయత్నం చేయాలి.
All that you have earned, the love can be drawn through the sacrifice.
దైవము త్యాగమూర్తి అయినప్పటికీ,
Though God is sacrifice,
ధనము నీదే అయినప్పటికీ,
though the money belongs
దానికి
to you,
పొందడానికి తగిన మార్గములు కూడా ఉంటున్నాయి.
there is a procedure to withdraw the money.
సక్రమమైన మార్గాన్ని పొందాలి.
You should follow the correct procedure.
నీ వాక్కు సక్రమైనదిగా ఉండాలి.
Your words should be proper.
నీవు ఒక బ్యాంకులో నీవు డిపాజిట్ కట్టి,
having deposited the money in the bank,
ఇంకొక బ్యాంకు యొక్క చెక్ దానికి అందిస్తే అక్కడ ఏమాత్రం పొందడానికి అధికారం లేదు.
you cannot hand over the check of some other bank and withdraw the money.
దైవము అనేటువంటి ఒక్కటే అనేటువంటి ఒక సత్యాన్ని గుర్తించి ఆ బ్యాంకులో మనం పొందాలి.
You have to know the principal truth that God is one.
ఈ
and
బ్యాంక్స్ వేరు వేరే పేర్లంతా ఉన్నాయి.
Banks have many names.
అనేక పేర్లతో ఉండేటువంటి బ్యాంకు లోపల నీవు పోయి డబ్బును అడిగితే వారు అందించడానికి ప్రయత్నిస్తారా?
Will any bank give you money by mere asking?
నీవు ఏ బ్యాంకులో కట్టావో ఆ బ్యాంకు చెక్కులే నీవు అందించాలి.
You are eligible to withdraw the money from the bank where you deposited.
ఏ నామాన్ని నీవు స్మరిస్తూ ఏ నామం యొక్క స్వరూపమే నా చైర్మన్ అనేటువంటి విశ్వసిస్తావో అతనికి మాత్రమే నీవు ఈ చెక్కును అందించాలి.
The check of love has got to be submitted to the God, the chairman, whose name, whose form you have been meditating and contemplating.
చెక్కును కట్టేసేసి కార్పొరేషన్ బ్యాంకు చెక్ ఇస్తే కార్పొరేషన్ బ్యాంక్ వాళ్ళు డబ్బులు ఇస్తారా?
Having deposited money in the Indian bank, you cannot withdraw it from corporation bank.
కనుకనే నీవు ప్రేమ బ్యాంకులో కట్టావు.
You have deposited in the bank of love.
ఆ ప్రేమ బ్యాంకు చెక్కే నీవు ఇవ్వాలి.
You have to submit the same check belonging to the bank.
ఆ చెక్ పేరే త్యాగము.
That very check is sacrifice.
ఆ త్యాగం పైన చెక్ పైన ప్రేమ అనేటువంటిది నీ సిగ్నేచర్ చేయాలి.
And you sign there, your signature is love.
నీ పేరు ఏమిటి?
What are these names?
ఏ బ్యాంకులో అయినా కట్టు, నీ పేరు ఒక్కటే.
You may deposit money in any bank, but you are
అదే
saying
లవ్ లవ్ లవ్.
that is love.
దానిని లవ్ ఈజ్ గాడ్, లివ్ ఇన్ లవ్.
That's what Bhagawan says. Love is God. God is love.
ఈ ప్రేమ అనేటువంటి యొక్క మేమను నీవు త్యాగం అనేటువంటి చెక్కు పైన రాసి పెడితే తప్పక నీవు తీసుకుంటావు.
When once you have the signature of love with the check of sacrifice, you can get money.
వాహే గురు వాహే గురు వాహే గురుజీ బోలో 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 సత్యనామ 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 జీ సత్యనామ 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 జీ బోలో సత్యనామ 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 జీ సత్యనామ 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 జీ బోలో కృష్ణ 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 జీ బోలో నిత్య నిత్య జపియే కృష్ణ నామ జీ నిత్య నిత్య జపియే కృష్ణ నామ జీ బోలో బుద్ధ 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 జీ బోలో 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 నిత్య నిత్యం జపియే బుద్ధ నామ జీ బోలో నిత్య నిత్య జపియే బుద్ధ నామ జీ బోలో నిత్య నిత్యం జపియే బుద్ధ నామ జీ నిత్య నిత్య జపియే బుద్ధ నామ జీ బోలో రామ 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 జీ బోలో రామ 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 జీ బోలో రామ 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 జీ రామ 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 జీ బోలో నిత్య నిత్యం జపియే రామ నామ జీ నిత్య నిత్యం జపియే రామ నామ జీ బోలో నిత్య నిత్యం జపియే రామ నామ జీ నిత్య నిత్యం జపియే రామ నామ జీ బోలో నిత్య నిత్యం జపియే రామ నామ జీ బోలో నిత్య నిత్య జపియే రామ నామ జీ బోలో
ओम जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी सत्य साई हरे भक्त जना संरक्षक भक्त जना संरक्षक कैति महेश्वर ओम जय जगदीश हरे शशिवदना श्रीधरा सर्वा प्राणपते स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपते आश्रित कल्पलतीका आश्रित कल्पलतीका आपका समस्तलोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोका